Still going, still standing. We're going to champion distance for week 12 of the 1L rematch for the fall 2019 semester. 4 weeks out, 4 weeks away. This is where we dig deep, rise to the occasion. It's a lot, but beyond law school, and this just goes for me and you, let's not sell ourselves short in what we can make possible from now until December 31st, 2019. Let's close this year out on a strong note. What's our strategy? What's our plan? What's our new habits? What's our new system? What's our new behaviors? What is it? We don't get what we want or wish or desire in life. I mean, I had to learn this the hard way, but we only get what we prepare for, and we continue to give every effort and to be diligent and all the proper executions. So whatever it is for you, whether it's law school or not, let's take this moment, in this very moment, just to only be in this moment and give every effort, every behavior, everything that we have from now until the end of the year. Let's go. We got this. Let's do this. So with that, me being in this position 4 weeks out before final exams, compared to me being a 1L back in fall 2016, my first time in law school, it's a major, major difference. So much growth, so much wisdom, experience. Being in this position from back then I was just in the forest of law school, just wondering and just doing the things week to week without no real strategic plan or how to approach preparing for exams. But now, 2-3 years later, well, essentially 3 years later, since from fall 2016, I feel like I got it down pat in just how to set out a strategic plan on how I'm going to approach exams. It may not be the right way, but again, it's 100 times better than what I was doing before. And are there things differently that I should have done throughout this semester? Absolutely. And we'll talk about that in my post-exam debriefs after final exams are over. I'll go over what I believe I need to improve on. This wasn't no perfect on point by point semester. But again, I've been able to adapt. I've been able to really see and kind of detect where I may be off and be able to adjust and fix it, and being able to keep up. And even when I get behind, I'm able to better strategize and better to steer forward, ahead, and not be so confused. So with this, I'll go over this past week and talk about the next 4 weeks. So this past week, I took my research methods legal research class, and I had a final in that class this past Monday, final exam. It was an in-class exam, 50 questions, some multiple choice, some short answer. I believe I didn't really blow it out the water, but I think I did well enough to get a 70 or 80% on the final exam. Then after we took that in-class exam, we had a take-home final exam, so it's 50-50. So overall, this is a pass or fail grade. It's not an A, B, C, D, F grade. It's you get a 72% or above and you pass, and there's an S for satisfactory on the transcript. So it doesn't matter if you get a 98% in this class, it's just pass or fail. So I think I did fairly good on it. We'll see. Overall, I believe I passed the class, so not too concerned about it. So this leaves me with 3 more classes to go. That class is over and done. It's a half semester class, so what I have left is legal writing, contracts, and torts. For my legal writing, I have 3 more weeks. My final memo is due on December 2nd. So this past week, I met with my professor, had a conference. She gave me feedback on my rough draft, went pretty well. So I need to take these next 3 weeks to be strategic, have a strategic plan where there's essentially 7 sections in this memo. So for this upcoming week, I want to complete 2 sections. And then the following week, I want to do another 2. And then that last week, I want to do the smaller sections, the smaller 3 sections, and get those done versus trying to do it all in 2 to 3 days, being strategic about it, chopping it up, making sure that I get done, which means that I got to push the pace because I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to do for contracts and torts, reviewing, because those are the big ones. But I believe I can get these sections done while I'm at work and be able to do my contracts and torts early in the morning and after class. So that is my aim with my final memo. So for my contracts and torts, contracts exam is December 9th and torts is December 12th. So essentially 4 weeks. So within these next 4 weeks, I'll be honest with you, I'm not really doing too much reading. We're still learning new concepts in these next 2 weeks, but I'm not really doing any reading. I read, but not case briefing, so to say, because case briefing, it takes a lot of time, and me working 40 hours a week, I have to maximize my weekends, and it takes up a lot of time. So with my contracts and torts right now, I'm just doing a lot of review, and I'll catch up with all the new material in the following week versus trying to make sure that I case brief and all that. It's really just about reviewing in these next 2 weeks, making sure that I have all the individual concepts down in these next 2 weeks, even stuff that we are learning new. And in the last 2 weeks before December 9th, I want to focus on the bigger hypothetical problems where we had to argue all the multiple sections. So for example, negligence, arguing all 5 sections of negligence. But right now, in these next 2 weeks, I wanted to focus on duty, breach for 1 week, and then cause and fact, proximate cause for another week, and then damages the next week. And then try to focus on problems that have all 5 of them versus just focusing on one individual section. So same thing with contracts. So I'm trying to break it up into the individual sections as I've been doing throughout the semester, but in the last 2 weeks, I want to look at problems and write out problems, analyze problems that allow me to argue multiple concepts in them. Should I have done this a lot earlier? Maybe so, but can't cry about it. It's 4 weeks. There's plenty of time to close gaps, to understand, and to be ready for contracts and torts exam. That's what we're coming for. We're coming to dominate. We are coming to give our every effort, avenge, conquer, prevail, whatever it is. Let's keep it going. See you next week for week 13. I got to get back to it. I got a lot of note cards I got to memorize for torts and all the rules of law, but I'll give that more to you in these next couple weeks. Got a lot going, so let me get back to it. But as always, see you next week.